Okay, Sistas fans. Now, over the past couple of days, I made maybe one or two posts. I know people are wondering, man, why haven't you done videos since last week? Well, the thing is, there hasn't been much to talk about. I mean, today, thankfully, we had people exclusive look at a Jazzman's Blues. They released a couple of photos from that movie coming out in September. The Miss Pat Show Season 2 trailer just dropped, and I did videos on those. But in terms of Sistas, I let you all know last week during the live stream and during, I think, my review or trailer breakdown, I said last week's episode really didn't give me much to work with. Not to mention, there really isn't too much to talk about, because think of it this way. I think last week was when I dropped about 20-something videos in the span of 36 hours, and most of the topics of those videos turned out to be correct, so there's no need of rehashing something unless there's more information to expand upon it. So yeah, this video is based on the post I've made around social media going on about how hopefully this week, with Karen once again making a fool out of herself, I hope this week ends the whole I'm trying to get Zach back thing, because at this point, well, it's beyond pathetic, it's beyond sad, it's just irritating, and people have been wondering how long is this going to last, because it's a plot point that has long since overstayed its welcome. This thing goes back to, I know that technically speaking, Karen wanted Zach at the tail end of season 2 after their quickie in her office, but I want to really focus on the back half of season 3 to where we are now in season 4. And it's just sad because at this point, Karen has been chasing Zach for almost a season and a half. Now, you could argue that the first half of season 3, she was also wanting Zach. I'm not saying she wasn't. It just felt like she was more bitter than anything else. The fact that Zach had, moved on. And for me, the thing that really had me going, Karen, what the hell is wrong with you, was when she was all, I can't believe he never said my name. As in regards to, since he's been with Zatima, he's never brought her up. Which I feel like, yet again, only strengthens the fact that whenever the both of them, whenever one of them was mad at the other or they had a temporary breakup, they would both kind of go to separate ways, probably hook up with someone else, and vent about their main dish or main piece and their issues with them, and then go back to each other once they've quote-unquote healed via entanglements. Now, when it comes to Karen, I was saying in my post, yeah, this needs to end, because at this point, yeah, Karen's made it clear she doesn't want Zach to move on. She doesn't like the fact that he's moved on. She doesn't like the fact that she feels like she's been cheated out of the Zach she was hoping he could be while they were together. It's just that he's found that with someone else. That kind of mirrors the Miranda chasing Calvin in seasons 9 and 10 of House of Pain, but that's a whole nother subject. When it comes to Karen, it's not the fact that she needs to like it, it's the fact that she needs to accept it, because what she's doing isn't a good look. Not to mention, she doesn't have to be with Aaron either. She doesn't have to be with Aaron. And also, Aaron needs to back off and realize, look, you need to either move on and find somebody else, or accept the fact that Karen has told you multiple times she's still not over Zach. And I think for me, if I were Aaron, the final nail in the coffin would have been, I don't want this baby to be yours because I don't know you well enough. Imagine if she goes through with the pregnancy and it is his child, and then the child asks, Mommy, Daddy, how did you two meet? Well, in the grocery store, and we were arguing about, men and women and stuff. And then from there we had ice cream, and I rubbed her feet, and then my wife at the time showed up to pay the dinner bill because I forgot my wallet. And then she tried to, stalk your mother, and, she killed herself in front of... Okay, you know what? That's a whole long rabbit hole I don't feel like getting into. But as a man, to have a woman to say, I'm pregnant, it could be your baby, it could be another person's baby, but I'd rather it not be yours because I don't know you well enough, which is complete and utter horse shit. Because something I want to point out, and I've said this multiple times, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm actually quite surprised that I haven't really been called out as a Karen hater in these posts, because even the people who are big Karen fans, people who love Karen no matter what, even they have been saying, okay, this has gone on far enough, she needs to stop. Yeah, it's been that bad, because some of the people that label me as such or try to go back and forth with me on social media about the Karen thing, we've had civil discussions. They've been like, yeah, this has gone too far. And like, you know, like you said, Jeremy, in your post, it's not about Karen, liking the fact that Zach has moved on. She doesn't have to be with Karen, but she needs to accept that he has moved on with Fatima. And from there, I don't think there's really anybody who can defend how she's acting now. Even I said, look, I think a common defense, I'm surprised nobody said this to me, but I said, you know what? I'm going to, she said, we need to talk about this baby. I'm like, I wonder who she's saying that to. Is it Andy over the phone, or is it Zach in person? And I'm wondering, is she going to tell Zach about the whole thing about the doctor's appointment and the fact that he might not be the father? That's another thing. But to be fair, and I've mentioned this since, the first time I brought up this topic of conversation last year, Zach was chasing Karen the same way Karen is chasing Zach. I've never denied that. The difference is Karen looks worse. Here's why. She made it clear she wanted something, she wanted someone better. And she felt that was with Aaron. Which to some fans, including myself, I'm like, after all the shit that his ex-wife and family have put you through, you still want to pursue something with Aaron compared to Zach. Now, that's not to say, and I've always said this about a bunch of shows, just because someone has two shitty choices, that doesn't mean they have to pick one or the other. They could just choose to be single. But Karen wanted Aaron. She wanted him. She left Zach. She chose Zach at the beginning of season 2 in front of all the women. Because remember, they were all at, I think, Sabrina's place. And all the women in attendance. And it was Zach and Aaron there together. And Karen chose Aaron. And Zach left rejected. Yes, then he broke into the hotel room and got arrested. That was the whole thing. And then he got hit by a bike. He got hit by a car on his bike by Fatima. And that's how that started. But yeah, Karen made it clear she chose Aaron. And as season 2 progressed, the other women noticed the positive change in her. Less cussing, less drinking, and all around she seemed a more positive, gentle person. It just felt like for the first time she wasn't babysitting a man. She had a man who was taking care of her. I think there was one time that Karen said, hey, I'm actually going out to hang out with the girls. Hey, and Aaron was like, hey, do you need any money or anything? Oh no, I got it. So to see Karen in a position where she is being taken care of, you actually saw a change in her, in the same vein of Zach and Fatima, where you had a woman who was building that man up with positive affirmations and amazing sex. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, that I'm pretty sure Fatima's good. But in any case, it's the fact that she was building Zach up. She saw the potential in him. And as a result, he was choosing to do better for himself as well. And that's how we got the new Zach that we see today. But that goes back to what I was saying before. Karen looks worse by comparison because Karen dropped Zach on the side of the road. She opted for what she felt was the better option, and I do agree. Even though we still don't know a lot about Aaron, and he does have some tendencies that make him Gary in a way. He seems to be the better man for Karen than Zach was. And it's just one of those things where we saw Karen decide not to be with Zach anymore and choose someone else. So now for her to pretty much contradict everything she's been saying since season 1 by I need you to tell me it's over so I can move on. I'm not happy with Aaron. I feel like I'm using Aaron. I don't know you well enough to have your baby. It's just annoying to me because Karen was so sure of her choice. Now she feels like she wants to backtrack. I guess the kid equivalent is when you're trading Pokemon cards and then you find out that the card you traded away for another card was worth a lot of money, and then you want to give it back because it's like, I'll trade you this Blastoise and Pikachu and Persian card for that Mewtwo or something like that. And then the kid that gives up the Mewtwo is like, meh, whatever, fine, 3 for 1. But then he finds out the Mewtwo was really rare, and he's like, these 3 cards I would have done anything for, yada yada. You get the point. It's just the fact that Karen looks worse by comparison. Zach chasing Karen was pathetic. I ain't gonna lie, I mentioned this early in my early sister videos. I wasn't a big fan of Zach in season 1 when it came to the Karen stuff, but I loved his scenes with Danny. Zach looks better by comparison because he was the underdog, and then as a result of that, you saw him change. Karen, I felt like she was changing for the better, but then she quickly regressed. You know, the moment that, I can't believe he didn't say my name. And then you had the great mature split in the season 3 mid-season finale at Karen's salon. And then as soon as season 3B rolled around, I don't know why the hell Tyler changed her character to, I need to talk to him and this and that. And it's like, Karen, he paid you the $77,000 that he quote unquote owed you. This man owes you not a damn thing anymore. And then you talk about the whole pregnancy thing, and it just seems like she's going to be a Tracy or Miranda from House of Pain, with Calvin just doing what she can to make his life hell. And it's just crazy to me because of the fact that there are just so many reasons that Karen needs to have a seat, because she chose to be with Aaron, and now it's almost like you're trying to punish Zach because he's moved on, just like you moved on from him. And yeah, the whole quickie in the salon thing, look, there are multiple sides of it. Obviously, it was still emotions and feelings there. They were both in an emotional spot. I think that it was definitely Zach who was in more of an emotional position, because at the time, Karen was under the assumption that he stole her credit card, ran up a $5,000 bill, had him arrested, and he went down there pleading with her to believe that he would never do that to her. And on top of that, she was super horny from being celibate with Aaron. So that kind of combined with that. He was the one who made the first kiss. That was Zach who did that. And then as a result, quickie, and you know, she got sprung on him quick because she wanted to give Zach another chance. She really did. At the end of season 2, she didn't have shit to say when Andy accepted Gary's wedding proposal because she wanted to give Zach another shot. Then found out he was with Fatima, then shit hit the fan even more. So the reason I say that Karen needs to snap out of it is because the longer this goes on, the worse she looks. Because of the fact that she literally, in good conscience, no pressure at all. This was before Aaron was all up in her face with ice cream and pickles and, you know, marriage proposals. She chose to be with Aaron. But now she's making every excuse under the sun for Aaron not to be the right man for her, for Zach to take her back. It's sad. Like I said before, Zach chasing her after the fact that she made it clear that she's moved on and kicked him out, that was pathetic too. But guess what? It took him being hit by a car to move forward. Honestly, no, he did go to the Chain Breakers meeting, so he was definitely trying to make himself better. But at the same time, he did move on. It's the fact that he didn't need Karen to tell him 1,000 times that he needed to move on. Sure, he wanted to bring up Karen / his ex multiple times, but Fatima was quick to shut that out. No. We don't talk about no exes around here. You ain't comparing me to this person, that person. We're only focusing on us. And as a result, we have Zatima. But with Aaron and Karen, it's just one of those things where Tyler, not only did he mess up Karen's character, but you all know how Aaron went from having a backbone to being a simp to being treated as badly by Karen now as Zach was in season 1. Sheesh. All right, guys. So let me know your thoughts. What is it going to take for Karen to snap out of this nonsense? Are you tired of it? I think it's a universally accepted opinion that yes, we're all tired of Karen going on and on about getting Zach back. And, you know, I think the hormones excuse is just bullcrap at this point, because it just is. It really is. So thanks so much for tuning in. I mean, at this point, you know, Fatima's, I don't know what Fatima's going to do. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, Karen needs to snap out of this shit. So like and subscribe. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one.